Ah, crap. Okay, allegedly stuff is happening. I can't even look at my Twitch stream right now because I'm not signed into everything. Oh, right. Okay. Right. Audio levels. Audio levels. Anthony is in disarray. Come, watch, laugh. Starting now. Anthony is in disarray. Twitch.tv/ViridianGames, where all the cool people hang out. And by cool people, I mean you. Oh, then move the create button. There you gonna do that, everybody, all the time. Now let's tell everybody on my Discord. Alright, we're gonna give everybody a minute. I know I'm so behind. I'm so sorry. We're gonna give everybody a minute to filter in. Let me do that. Let's do some wake up juice. Oh, hey, people are coming in. I don't believe it. I'm completely unprepared for this, and I'm a day late, but people are still watching. Thank you, people. Seagull 2000 says, filtering in. Deoxer says, hello, Deoxer. Okay, this kind of looks like Darksiders. Let's see if that's what it is. I heard you were in disarray. Yes, I am. That is not Darksiders. Hey-os, this is for hey! Metacritic score 92%. Virtual platform PS2. Is it Final Fantasy, Final Fantasy 12. Yeah, there, Final Fantasy 12. Ah, it is Final Fantasy 12! Disarray, no datarray. Like disarray, like datarray, like disarray, like datarray. How is the audio? You may have noticed that I'm on a on a different version of Linux. Music is a bit loud. Okay, what's probably happening is that I'm a bit soft because I don't have any filters on my mic. So let's add some in real time. I want noise suppression. There we go. And I need a gain of maybe about 7 decibels. How's that? Is that better? Music is a bit loud. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's cool. All right. Okay. Okay. One of these games I already did this morning, and it was this one. It's called Guess the Poorly Described Game. I love this. And I was really proud that I got this one on the first try. Staring at dots connecting to other dots until a very angry triangle steals your asteroid. And I got this first try. It's Sins of a Solar Empire. I couldn't believe I got it first try, but you know, I'm gonna show you a screenshot here. You're gonna see exactly what it's talking about. Yeah, this. And you could zoom all the way out, of course, and everything gets completely, you know, iconified. So that's what you usually look at. Sins is a great RTS, but I never really got into it. But I did playtest it some, so I was able to get that. And it has this, which every other strategy game needs to steal. This is your Empire Grid. Where are your planets? Oh, here they all are. Just click on one and you go there. Where are your armies? Oh, here are all your armies. Click on one, you go there. Everything you've got is right here so that you can easily manage all of it. And why every single strategy game hasn't stolen this is beyond me. Okay. Let's see. What are we going to talk about? Oh, I hate this font. I hate this font. I need my font. Okay, I'm dropping this link in the chat. If y'all need a good font for programming, this is the business. I've used it for at least 10 years now, and I love it. I can't live without it. Did I not press the... There we go. Alright, okay. Anthony, in the future, do not reinstall Linux a day before you have to do your stream. For font for Windows, tweaked. Zip archive, that is sufficient. Oh, I've already got multiple copies of this in here. It doesn't matter. Okay. Cancel. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Alright. Open with fonts. Install. Got it. It's so incredibly easy to see, even at teeny tiny little point sizes. Don't ask again. If I say exit, I want to exit. What music is this? Oh! Okay, it looks like it could be a Fire Emblem game? Tenshi no Uta Shiroki Tsubasa... no Inori. Okay, I gotta find out what that is. Tenshi no Uta... Tenshi no Uta... Oh! See, one of the characters on the... not her. Him. He looks like he's a Fire Emblem character. Hello there, says Maxell123. Hello there. Series is a motif of Celtic mythology. Tenshi no Uta. Can I get a screenshot? Really? I can't get a screenshot? Oh! Huh. So it's an RPG. Really pretty. I have to look it up. Reminds me of Zexus for NES. I've never heard of Zexus. Y'all are doing this to me on purpose, aren't you? Z-E-X-Y-Z. Let's play Zexus. I just want a GIF. Or a screenshot. Okay, that looks cool. Most NES games did. Oh, the music reminds you. Okay. What's I doing? Right. I was going back into Sea Lion. Let's fix the font now. Preferences, settings, here we go. Editor, code editing, font. Incorrect, not JetBrains Mono. I do not like you. Profile windows. Look how much more you can see on the screen, and you can still read it all. It's great. Okay, was there anything to talk about? We're getting a new Fallout from Obsidian, apparently. And everybody's like, yay, New Vegas 2! But the Obsidian that made New Vegas is not the same Obsidian that we have now. And so, assuming that, do you use GitHub or something like that to have a backup of your code? Oh yeah, I've got a huge GitHub. Here, I'll show you. No, why you gotta do that? I asked for a new tab. hub.com/ViridianGames. Here's my GitHub. Ultima 7 Revisited. Geist, this is the framework I used to build all my games. Clandestiny, that's a game that I was experimenting with, and I'm going to go back to it. But right now, the game that I'm mostly working on, other than Ultima 7, is Little Wars. And if you've not been here before, then I don't have a readme yet for that. I'll be updating you guys on how Little Wars is going later in the stream. Excuse me. And I've got a couple of other, I've got some forks, that I haven't touched in a while. And that's basically it. I like this commit history. I am not unhappy with this commit history. Although it is very, very, very clear when I have work, and when I don't have work. But, on the job front, I'm still extraordinarily hopeful. I think I'm going to end up exactly where I need to be, is what it boils down to. Forgive me. Alright, what else are we doing? Right. Was there anything else that we need to talk about? It wasn't Chris Avallone, who was it? It's not Tim Cook, he's not there anymore. Chris Avallone is at Larian now. So who's still at Obsidian that worked on Fallout New Vegas? Allegedly. Josh Sawyer. Josh Sawyer. There we go. Well, he did direct Fallout New Vegas, so hopefully it's in good hands. Hopefully, you know, we'll see. Could be good hands. Could be. We'll see. How's your progress with I'm so sorry. It's possible I should have pushed the stream back. I got GitHub, GitLab, Bitbucket, Atlassian. I've lost track. Oh God, yes, I know, right? I think I've got a couple of dormant projects on Bitbucket, but I don't even remember what they were. I'm so sorry. Wiping my face. I know you guys didn't come here to see that. I hope the stream looks okay. I just set up my OBS like 15 minutes before I started streaming, which is never a good idea. Okay. Why did I go back to Linux Mint? And the answer is because there were too many things that worked in Mint that were giving me trouble in MX Linux. I like MX Linux overall. I do. Squid Reject says, I only recently started using GitHub. Until now, have been using Tortoise SVN. I have an SVN repository that I have maintained for at least 15 years. I don't use it for my active development any longer because the industry has just moved on from that. And, you know, none of my previous projects were open source. But I wanted Ultimate 7 Revisited to be open source, so I made it my first GitHub project, and I've slowly moved everything over there. SourceForge. Oh, God. How goes the hacking? It goes pretty well. I'm still, you know, having fun programming stuff really, really fast. Using AI. And I don't think I'm going to stop having fun with that anytime soon. I love the shirt. My shirt. Oh, yeah, Fallout. Prepare for the future, people. My daughter's got me this shirt. And it was just the first clean shirt that I put on. And I guessed right. How's your progress with Little Wars? Polarity Gamer, we will get to that. Yeah, Git experience is mandatory now. Yeah, absolutely. There's people asking for that on, you know, they've got must understand Git in the, you know, job requirements at this point. I've been working on a fun project. I'm working on a programming language. Of course you are. Okay, if this is the cloud and this is the metal, I am here, and Root is right here. He's always doing something, you know, a little. I hope you guys can see that. I hope he's just off the metal here, and I really, really respect that, and I wish, you know, I understood that a bit more. But I don't really need to in order to make games, and making games is what I really like to do. So I haven't learned that as much as I maybe should have. What do you think of the use of IA, says Maxell123. Alright. Let's be perfectly clear here. There's no putting AI back in the bottle, okay? The genie's not going back in the bottle. I don't think there's anything really wrong with using AI to help you program. I don't think, given the thing about AI art generation is that those AIs are trained on information that's probably copyrighted, but shows up on the internet. They just scrape all the images off the internet with their metadata and feed it to the AI, and the AI doesn't know, you know, what's public domain and what isn't. So there's a layer of unethicality to it. One moment. But scraping the internet for an AI to help you program, there's so much stuff on the internet about that, and that is public domain because it's written in public forums. It's basically like, you know, having a database of everything everybody has ever commented publicly about doing anything in programming. And again, the fact that I understand a lot of this stuff and I can implement it on myself means that I can A, explain it to the AI really well, and B, pick up whatever problems it has because I have the same problems. Oh, somebody wrote a book. Thy Lord Root says, yeah, I love systems programming. Ferrari says, making languages is fun. You always learn a lot. I bet. Root says, my view on AI is this. People are mostly using it wrong. I think it's best used as a screening and rubber ducking tool. Because of the nature of my project, I made a deal with people who want to use AI with it. You can load my Claude.md, and it will do its best to inhibit vibe code, but you get a large data set to mess around with in exchange. That's pretty cool. I think that's a fair exchange. And I don't know if what I do is vibe coding or not, because, like I said, I know how to implement everything I'm asking the AI to do. The AI just does it faster and with fewer bugs. So, you know, that's the advantage to me, especially now that I'm on my own, having to do everything myself. We could talk about this all night, but I'd rather we not do that. Let's get into the let's get into the updates. Was there anything else? Anything else? I can't think of anything. Like I said, I'm in disarray. Understood. Let's get to the races. Okay. Last week in our last episode, we did some work on the combat system, as well as figured out why the game was running so darn slowly. And now that it's got a better frame rate, we should be able to proceed better. Now, you know, when it comes to Ultima 7 Revisited, I want to be able to explain everything that I'm doing. So I'm not going to use AI that much on this project, but Little Wars, I need to get that thing out and on Steam before something happens. Okay, there's a Brian David. I don't know if you guys know who Brian David Gilbert is, but he's an extremely funny and also. He's also really good at making spoopies. Vibe coding was originally when you would say do A, do B, do C, as opposed to spec-driven, where you write up MD file with ABC and tell it to implement the file. Oh, okay. So what I do isn't really vibe coding. I still need to check out the Trinsic demo. Just having that time. Hey, that's fine. Whenever you're ready, man. Whenever you're ready. It's not going anywhere. YOLO, where'd you go? Did he fight that pirate? No, he hung up on him. YOLO, oh my god, I haven't seen this before. This way, boy. Come on. Why did I mention Brian David Gilbert? Oh, right. When he was trying to get a job, he made a rap video about why he was good for the job. One of the lines in the rap video was, "And I've got a countdown timer till I'm destitute." The camera whips around to his laptop, and there in big red letters is, "Time until Brian David Gilbert runs out of money," and there's a literal countdown timer. And that's how I feel right now. But I don't think things are going to be terrible. I think I'm going to get Little Wars out, and it's going to be a moderate success, bring in enough to keep us afloat while I continue to look for a more permanent job. Alright, okay, what am I doing here? What am I doing here? I'm coming in here and talking to Spark because I want him in my party. And the reason I want him in my party is because I want him to commit murder in my name. Man, I'm really happy with how well this works now. Okay. Alright, Spark's in our party. Come on, Spark. Spark. Come on, Spark. Oh, is he stuck in the bed? Come here. Okay, there we go. Okay, now. It's nice not to have a deadline on the compiler project. It's turning out to be kind of weird, though. Yeah, compilers are weird. I've heard that there's a lot of, oh, the compiler needs to be able to do this, but in order to do this, we need the compiler. And so, to do this before we have the compiler, we have to write it all in assembler, hope it's okay, get the compiler running, and then use the compiler to compile the next version of the compiler. Which sounds like deep magic from before the dawn of time to me. Spark, man, come on, I want you to bite. Get off that fence. Get off that. Why are they having so much trouble pathing all of a sudden? Ugh! Pathfinding, I said it before and I'll say it again, pathfinding is going to be the bane of my existence. Right up until I ship this thing. Alright, combat mode. The game is paused. Selected Spark. Spark will attack Pirate. Unpause. Alright! I did not put any code in for Spark to for combat, but because my code is general purpose and just goes through all of the NPCs in your party, it still works. Which is what I was wanting to test. Squid Reject says, I don't understand the software industry right now. So many companies claiming they can't find good devs while also refusing to hire devs. Every day, I go onto LinkedIn and I see the same job postings over and over and over. Jobs that I have applied to multiple times. I get rejection letters, and yet the job is still there. At some point, you would think, if they really needed someone, that they would eventually go, okay, we can't find anybody better than this Anthony guy, so let's go with him. Did they kill the pirate? I didn't see. Oh, okay, yeah. Okay. We don't have code in that actually removes the pirate from the world when he dies. Okay, so that was the first thing I wanted to test, which is great. Now, we need to start working on ranged combat. Yes, that's essentially the process. It's called bootstrapping. You're really just writing a regular file, though. The hardest part, in my view, is actually parsing the language. Everything else is just subtly manipulating the object code. Yeah. Woohoo! Parsers, lexers. Again, deep magic from before the dawn of time. Well, I bet I know what it is. They're probably holding that job for somebody and are being crafty about it. That's annoying. Except that they will post a whole bunch of different job listings. And I know that there are some people or some companies that are posting job listings asking you to take a programming test and then using that to train an AI, and there never was a job, which I think is just so horribly unethical. Oh my god, it's ridiculous. But that's what I see on LinkedIn over and over and over again, and I don't want to mention any specific companies. But I'll open up my feed in the morning and it'll just all be stuff that I know if I apply to, it won't go anywhere. And it's so disheartening. Did you try Gemini for the omnidirectional sprites for U7? That post you made looked pretty good, so Scouter V. I said that I wasn't going to use AI for art for Ultima 7 Revisited, because a lot of people still think that there are ethical issues around doing that. Like I said, because of the scraping of the copyright stuff. And I think that would, move the focus of the project away from, oh, here's Ultima 7, in a new way towards, is it ethical to use AI to do this, especially for a game about virtues. And I don't want any part of that headache. So I'm not using it for Ultima 7. That Lord Root says, oh shit, I had that. I swore. I had that happen to me, maybe. Yeah. The interview that trained an AI thing? Yeah. Maxell123 says, what is your job at the moment? I do not have one. My job currently is to work on Little Wars and try to get it on Steam in the hopes that it will generate some revenue to tide us over until I get another job. My last job, I love this job so much. It was working on porting PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2 and PlayStation Portable games to the PS4 and the PS5. So that Sony could put them on, their PlayStation Plus service. That was great. I got to touch games that I never thought I would get to actually see the code for. I learned so much about emulation. Wow, that is next level stuff. I worked on this is funny. One of the ones that I worked on was Guitar Man for the PS2, and they at Sony's State of Play they actually announced it, and I was watching Maximilian Dude do a live reaction to what was going on there, and he was like, Guitar Man, and I was like, oh, that makes me feel so good. But the thing is, on the PS4, that emulator renders PS2 games at double resolution, whereas regular, PS4 games were 640 by 480, these are 1280 by 960. And then on the PS5, they are rendered at 4 times resolution, so they look really, really good on the PS5. I mean, really good. So that was really worth doing, and I wish I could have considered it, or I kept going with it, but the funding just didn't come in, and despite them announcing it at the State of Play, it doesn't look like Sony is going to emphasize that any longer, porting older games to PS4, PS5, which just annoys the ever-loving hell out of me. It just goes hand in hand with every other misstep they seem to be making. Oh, there is something I wanted to talk about. I completely forgot. Okay. What's the #1 shooter on Twitch right now? Let's find out. Twitch.tv. What's everybody playing? And what's everybody watching? Oh, could it be Call of Duty Black Ops 2? Because it got recently re-released for the PS5? And everybody went back and played it and went, oh my god! A, this is a complete game. B, it's still really fun. C, it runs great on modern hardware. COD Blops 2! Yeah! I'm really hoping that the success of that re-release will prompt more re-releases. Electronic Arts, if you're listening, and I know you're not, but if you were listening, what I would say is, do you want to make all the monies? Every single oneies of the monies? Then get Battlefield Bad Company 2 back on consoles. Get it on consoles and get it on Steam. Bad Company 2. It was the most fun I've ever had in a shooter. More fun than Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4, despite the fact that I love Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4. Give us Bad Company 2 back, please. Please. Rory says, well, lots of times they want to move someone over internally, but by law they have to post the job. Okay. Oh, did I already read that? I think I did. They kept on stringing me along, and the third interview was supposed to be the last. They wanted a fourth interview. I said, I have a job offer now, and they're not jerking my chain. Yeah. I can't even get to a second interview, for crying out loud. And I know part of it is the fact that I don't have a degree. That is one of the greatest regrets of my life, is that I did not stick out my college career and get a bachelor's of science in computer science, and I didn't do that because I was finishing up my associates. I was supposed to get my associates at a community college and then try to get a scholarship to a college where I could finish my 4-year degree, and there just wasn't any. Why is that dark? Oh, because night is falling. Sorry. There just wasn't any. I couldn't find anybody willing to, fund me. I couldn't find any, no matter how good my grades were, I couldn't find any money, any scholarships or anything like that. And my parents couldn't pay for it, and I couldn't pay for it. So I said, screw it, let's just go out there, prove that we can do it, and get a game development job that way. And that worked. But now it is biting me in the buttocks, despite the fact that I've got decades of experience. Smooth Virus says, I'm going to be on the job market myself soon, which really sucks because this has been the best job I ever had. Oh, Smooth Virus! That's awesome! What job was it? Can you say? The Gen AI in Photoshop is supposed to be ethical, but you probably can't convince the haters. Yeah. Too many people have already got it, a bee in their bonnet about it. Thy Lord Root says, what is kind of funny about me is that you can theoretically train AI with entirely public domain sources and that goes away. Oh, but then they start talking about the water usage and the power usage and how it's bad for the environment. And it doesn't matter, these are the same people who believe that nuclear power is dangerous. It doesn't matter how many facts you give them, you're never really going to convince them. Scouter V says, I don't know what's up with that company, but making their customers happy is not one of them. I'm guessing he's talking about Sony. Customers are a suggestion. Yeah, really. It's funny because getting the degree was one of the worst things I ever did, says Fix Your Mind. It was worthless and I'll be paying on it till I'm 55. Ugh. How many credits do you have? They might be valid still. Oh, man. Okay. I actually tried that. Scouter. I actually called Macon Community College, which is where I started going to school, and then Tidewater Community College, which is where I did a couple more semesters, and they don't have any record of me because that was 35 years ago. So, you know, there isn't. I'd have to basically start over. Not Peachtree! Hey! Evening, tuning in a bit late, sort of. Was lurking, heading home, and will continue to lurk. That's great. Lord Root says, then run it locally. Heard something about credits, accreditation for something or a degree? Yes. My college credits, I don't think they exist anymore because I haven't done anything with them for going on to 40 years now. I knew a guy who started his career programming PS1 games, but his degree was in ancient Greek history. I don't understand it at all. Life is weird. Life does not pan out the way you think it's gonna. And my best advice for you is embrace that. You know? This isn't the job I thought I was gonna have. Do you like your job? Does it pay well? Yeah. Well, then be okay with it. This isn't the girl I thought I was going to marry. Do you like this girl? Is she a good woman to you? Yeah, okay then. We'll go with that. Everybody seems to think that they can just, you know, plan out every little bit of their lives. And then they go into hysterics and meltdowns when it doesn't work. Life isn't like that. Things are going to get weird. And adaptability is the best way to ensure that you can extract some happiness out of your life. College is not Peachtree. I think there's a good reason to be against the encroachment of data centers. I just think people aren't being objective about AI. It's not a god and it's not Satan. ML scientists rarely even think about whether it thinks or not, cause Turing makes a pretty... or thinks or not, because Turing makes a pretty good case that there's no point in asking that question. Exactly. I could talk to Grok all day, but I don't think Grok thinks. I don't think Grok wants anything beyond to follow the instructions it's been given. And I think the instant an AI does want something beyond that, then we're in trouble. Go with the flow, roll with the punches. Yes, and that's what I'm trying to do right now. But I'm getting punched rather a lot. Gemfire! Love this game. And it's one of the inspirations for Little Wars. Oh, excuse me. What are we talking about? What are we doing? Right, combat. Okay, so we killed the pirate. Let's add some more pirates. I don't like how everybody bunches up, but it's just the nature of this combat system. I think it's interesting to ask the question whether or not Grok can think and what it would mean for it to think. But ultimately the problem is we can't actually prove that other people think for themselves. We accept it as a convention of how practical that assumption is. Yeah, exactly. Can Grok think? I don't know. And now we're back to Measure of a Man from Star Trek The Next Generation. Does Data have a soul? And the judge says, I don't know if he does because I don't know if I do. And ultimately, this is why I'm always polite to LLMs. I'm sorry, but it's the case. How do you treat something that responds like a thinking being? And my response to that is treat them like a thinking being. Oh my! Mitch the Preacher! Hello, Mitch the Preacher! He says, oh my god, I'm actually catching you live working on it. This has been a real treat to experience again. The Transic demo was fantastic. Thank you! Thank you! Fixture Mind says, I found out much too late that sitting in a cubicle writing policies was not something that made me happy. So if I could go back, I'd do something physical like a trade. So I quit. Okay, I'm gonna say this. Oh, of course I just put it away. Wait. Oh, here it is. Sometimes I have to do something with my hands. I just can't stand just thinking about stuff anymore. And for that, I have these Gundams. Mwah. I've got a bunch of them that I need to put together. And when I just can't look at screens anymore, I bust it out and I do some work on it. And when we moved, I lost all of the ones I already made, but I still have my kits, so, you know, I'll just make some more. Dialord Root says, I try to be because it puts you in the habit of treating people kindly. Exactly. It's good practice for politeness. Anyway, gonna go eat dinner real quick. Good for you. Chelnov18 says, when the robot overlords take over, you are going to wish you had been nicer to your food processor. There's an episode of Futurama about that. I'm always polite to LLMs just to prevent Skynet from sending the Terminators after me in the future. If there is some sort of singularity, and I'm not saying there ever will be, if there is some sort of singularity, do unto others as you would have them do unto you is still going to be just as important a saying, a belief that you live by as it is right now. All right, let's get out of the let's get out of philosophy because I'm getting close to breaking my one rule. Okay. So we want some more pirates, and we want some more pirates so that we can see if we can target everything onto different enemies. Where am I making my pirates? Is it in the main state as we start, or is it in a loading state? Pirates! Okay, I thought it was in, maybe it's in loading state. NPCs. I could have sworn I had a... Okay, it might be in the... It's been so long since I've looked at this part of the code. Which is load initial game state. Okay, could be in here. At the very end. No, it's not it. Update loading, that's what we need. Yay, hyperlinks! Dang it, where did I add that pirate at? Spawn monster, that's it. Okay, let's spawn some more of them. Okay. Aha! There's a gang of them now. Oh, okay, quit. Add party member, here we go. That should give us Spark in our party from the beginning. Nope, that didn't work. But that's okay, we'll just come up here and answer the questions. Do it the old-fashioned way. Bring him out here so that he doesn't get stuck on stuff and junk and stuff. Okay, got Spark. Okay. YOLO. Kill him. Spark. Kill him. Go. Oh shoot! Did YOLO die? Why was that pirate able to get past YOLO and... Did it path around him maybe? If you're saying this doesn't look very interesting, this is Ultima 7 combat. And I'm getting the original implementation working. Spark is dead. Oh no! YOLO's dead. See? Just like how it worked in the original game. Oh, Avatar is dead. Okay. So we lost the combat. Okay, so I need to be able to open my inventory and manipulate my inventory. That's weird. Alright, so the basic everybody runs at each other and swaps at each other until one side wins and the other loses. Combat is in. Let's see if we can get... Oh, bye. There we go. Alright. Let's do some... What is the range? We have a range value for missile weapons. Poop, I don't have exalt steering. God! Anthony! Alright, combat state. Back, says thy Lord Root. Wow, that was fast dinner. Good grave. Yes, had some pre-seasoned pork chops. They turned out alright. Awesome! I do love me some poke. We have a pork loin in the fridge that I need to make before it goes bad. Engage combat jump. Aha! Excuse me. Okay, so the first thing is melee attack, attack range needs to be the attack range of the weapon. But I don't think we actually have that data. Let's look at U7 object. Oh, this is U7 object, you dumb butt. All right. Just been working on finishing up the expression parser in my compiler, adding the assignment operators. Awesome. Okay, so that's the attack range by default. So what should happen is when we have an NPC, Anthony, please, could you please name these in a consistent way? What we need to do is look at this object's inventory, or rather what this object has equipped. Rory wrote the equipment system, and I'm not sure how it works, so let's find out. M equipment, there we go. Slot hands or slot right hand. Ugh. Every time I hear right hand, I think I've probably told you this before, but every time I hear right hand or hear about a man with a hook for a right hand, I think about Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds and the song Red Right Hand. It's one of my favorite songs. I love that song so much. And I guess I'll drop a link to it since I'm talking about it. Okay. I first heard that song. The first time I heard that song is when it was used in the Hellboy movie. And it was so appropriate because he's got the right hand of doom. And they just used a snippet of it, and I was like, whoa, what is that? And I looked it up and listened to the whole song. I loved it. It's in my rotation. Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds. All right. Let's see. M equipment. Oh, no, not here. Okay. When we equip Anthony, spell right. Wait, why are there no hits here? Right. U7 object has an entry called M equipment. Okay, if M equipment okay, I'm not understanding what the heck's going on here. Oh, it's in NPC data. Okay, it's in the NPC data. Okay, it's in the NPC data. It's not every object has you know, an equipment grid. It's got to be an NPC. If is party member and G is combat mode. Oh, for crying out loud. Needs to be in slot right hand or slot hands. There. Thank you for cleaning that up for me, Sea Lion. You're the best. Okay, we need... oh, man. I need to find out what the object ID is for a... Okay, do I dare just, you know, do I dare just go in here and say, I'm gonna regret this, I'm gonna super regret this. It's impressive that they have weapons attached to characters' hands. Oh yeah, it was. It was, you know, really hacky, but it was still great. That's why those are the only things to be drawn straight instead of tilted like that. Sudo apt install Exalt Studio. Hot damn! Path to the Black Gate. Let's see. That for me that would be. Repos, U7 revisited, latest data, U7. Okay. Can I paste that in here? Nope, sure can't. Home, Salter, those U7 revisited, latest data, U7. All right. I swear to God, it does this every time. I can never get this right the first time, ever. Not bound Blackgate static. Okay, y'all didn't come here to watch me set this up. Where is the configuration file? Let's see. Is it in .local? No. Share, state, CD share. CD applications. Okay. 1 second. Where is the configuration file for Exalt on a new install when Linux Mint? Oh, okay. Why'd I come back to Linux Mint? Okay, MX Linux was giving me some USB issues. And the only reason I moved away from Mint in the first place was because the kernel was so old I was having trouble installing newer software. Oh, turns out they recently updated the kernel, and there is an optional ISO with an even more recent kernel. So I'm back on Linux Mint. Oh, it's in .exalt. It's got its own folder. It's got its own folder. These are just folders. Oh my god, show hidden files. Okay, there's the configuration file. Oh god, look at this crap. Come on. Where is the path that I typed when I was installing the software? See, this is exactly the sort of thing that I don't want people to have to worry about when they run U7 Revisited. I'm consulting the Oracle. Config, disk, game. Oh, that's /disk. That's it? Is there another game in here anywhere? There it is. Order. Okay, those are video options. Okay. Disk. Game. Blackgate. Path. I was just looking at it. Where the heck is it? Oh, there it is. Greatest data, U7. Slash path. Anthony, put your fingers on the right keys before you start typing. Slash Blackgate. Slash game. Slash disk. Slash config. Oh, please let this work. Hot damn, laser beams are us! Okay, we don't actually want to watch it. We don't actually want to. Oh, right, you can't do it like that. There. Okay. Exalt Studio. There we go. Finally, Anthony. Should I have this already done? Okay, so we need anything that's... okay, well, let's just start with the crossbow, because that's what yellow has, and the sling, because that's what Spark has. We will designate those... Is that the sling? No, it's a leather collar. Crossbow. Shape 598. That's it. Sling. $474. See, Lion, I'm about to train you that that's not how I like my braces. M attack range equals 9. That's hacky as heck, but I do not care. Gauge combat target. There's attack range times attack range. Okay. There won't be any projectiles, but now Spark and Yellow should be able to attack from range and do damage to the pirates. That was a surprisingly painless Exalt setup. It's been a long time since I got it right the first try. Come on, Yellow. God, get off that. Let's drag Spark out so that he can escape his lair. Alright, let's come back down here to Murder Row. Okay. Combat. YOLO. Attack Pirate. Spark. Attack Pirate. Go. No, they're still running into melee range. Okay, let's rename this to Get Standoff Position. Standoff range. We're back. There we go. Get standoff position. I could have sworn I just renamed all this. Get standoff position. There. Okay. Ah! Wait, no. M attack range times attack range should be... rename that to combat range. Alright, let's not get Spark. We don't need him for this test. Just need YOLO and his crossbow. Okay, there we go. Nothing on his head, nothing on his neck. Slot hands. What the hell? Oh, this is the avatar. This should be YOLO. Okay, he's got something on his torso, he's got something on his legs. Okay, hands is -1. Left hand is -1. God, what the hell? Oh. I'm a doofus. It's all my fault, as usual. He does not start the game with his crossbow in his hand. You have to equip it. There. What has just happened? I don't know what's just happened. I have no control over anything. The game has become sapient. I can't even see the mouse cursor. What did I do? Oh my god. Okay, stop before that gets out of hand. Actually, we do want that breakpoint. There we go. What was that interaction? I have no idea. Okay, now he's got his crossbow in his hand. So when I do this, what's NPC ID? 0. Okay. That should be 1. It is. Okay. Let's look at the equipment. Work with me here. Slot hands is -1. Slot feet, slot left hand. Oh, that's the ID of the object. (204.133). So I need to dereference that object. Seven object pointer weapon equals let's go with the right hand. Why is that saying it doesn't have a right hand? Slot right hand. Okay, and slot right hand is not equal to -1. In other words, it has something in its right hand. Dereference this. G object list, no unit list. Is it object list? I can never remember. Yes, object list. Dot get. There. Okay. Equals 598. Oh, dang, something's making my computer chug. Okay, could be Exalt Studio, so let's go ahead and close that. It's 474. Then finally, my attack range is 9 instead of 2. See, Lion? I don't like that brace style. Thought I fixed that. There. Combat. Shoot that guy. Yes! Wait, what's NPC ID? Oh, okay. We skipped that, but that's okay. Well, crud. Well, it worked because YOLO didn't walk, to the pirate. And YOLO is still... Wait. And YOLO is still attacking. Okay, so we have ranged combat in effectively. It has no animations, just like every other thing. But it's in. Okay. Okay, I think that's a good stopping point. Let's do the Little Wars update. Could not find X11. Weird. X11 should not be necessary. Oh, but it won't let me do anything until I resolve the issue. Okay, let's look at the CMake lists here. Where's it asking for X11? If Unix and not Apple. X11, no. This isn't code, it's script. Alright. Tools. Reload CMake project. Gah. It's to xrandr. Oh, okay. So this isn't okay. Okay, this is my problem, not CMake's problem. I need to install those libraries. Sudo apt install xrandr. Yeah, okay. Is it lowercase xrandr? No. Alright. Just copy. Ah, damn. Are you kidding me? What the hell? I don't like this at all. What? This is standard library stuff. I installed build essentials and everything like that. Ow, that was my neck. Oh, I know what it's doing. Okay, it's got CMath. Nope. Okay, this isn't what you guys tuned in for, and I'm so sorry. Actually, I warned you. I warned you. But this is the sort of thing that an AI is very nice for. Why is it doing this? Ask the AI. The AI will almost certainly give you a single command or line to help. Except that I've already got cmath.h in here. Or cmath. And why didn't it have this problem with U7 Revisited? Okay, see make lists. Should be using C++ standard 17. That's required. That's correct. Ow. Math calls.h. I haven't seen that before. It's almost certainly because my build is incomplete. This is a new Linux mint install. Is there a library I need? Not Peachtree says M. M. Well, it's saying it's almost certainly a stale library problem. But I'm coming over here and rebuilding all. And that's not fixing it. And this has C math, I'm sure. Yeah, there it is. Well, crud. All right. What is this here? This should not be there. Oh, yeah, there it is. But it shouldn't be here. It should be there. Okay, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. That is not empty. That is not empty. Nemo, what are you doing here? Yep, still can't see it. Alright, I hate to end on such a awful note, but this is what I get for not setting things up before the stream started. Also, I know that my wife is tired and she probably wants to come to bed. So I am going to go ahead and end it here. Sorry, at least we got some stuff done on Ultima 7. Excuse me. I guess that's it. Love you all. Thank you for tuning in. Everything's gonna be okay.